Clark Hill absolutely spots talent. It spots talent, it develops talent. Clark Hill really, really sees people. And that is something that's completely different and will always set us apart from most firms.
Well, our culture is what makes us different than any other law firm. I've never seen a firm like ours that takes the active steps to support every person in our firm. We put culture and people ahead of everything else in our business, and I think it's what makes us a special place to be and a special place for our clients to have us work.
You will learn more than you could ever imagine. You will have people who will actively invest in your development, in your career, people who will care about you.
Clark Hill really invests in its people. When I think about client service, I really think about two things. I think about responsiveness and I think about expertise. I want them to be able to rest at night. They need to know that emails and phone calls and work product will be responded to, will be delivered in a timely fashion. They need to trust in my team's abilities to get the work done at the highest degree possible.
For me, in terms of client service and delivering excellent client service, it's responsiveness all day long. And it's that open communication with the client, but being proactive in that communication, not reactive. That you are always on for the client and that they know they can trust on you to communicate with them, to tell them exactly how it is.
I think in staying forward-looking with your clients, I do believe that communication's key. I think face-to-face or phone calls, emails, staying in touch, continuing to build and grow that relationship. And the more you're in touch with your client, the more you're going to hear what they're doing. And
I mean, these companies that we're doing business for and these individuals, they're pillars of their communities. They're providing services in their communities. And to the extent we can leverage that and support it and allow them to provide a better quality product, a better quality service, then we're providing community service indirectly.
We believe that our greatest competitive advantage is the quality of our relationships, the quality of our relationships with each other, allyship, the way we support one another, collaboration, the way we work together, communication, the respectful nature, supportive nature in which we communicate with one another. The quality of our relationship amongst ourselves, amongst our colleagues, drives the quality of service and the relationships that we have with our clients.
I try all the time to make sure I use the word partnership, that we're in a partnership together, and that I'm going to do what I can to have my client be successful, and I want them to be successful. And I think by doing that, it causes them to have that same feeling about you and your team and wanting you and your team to be successful.
We've already seen reason to make business connections between Ireland and Mexico through our Dublin and Mexico City offices. That's just an example. It's really an anecdote of what I like about the trajectory. But I also like that the firm is growing responsibly, particularly in its U.S. footprint, and doesn't try to be something it's not. Very solid work for very solid clients.
Clark Hill has such a vast array of different practice groups that when I take on a new case, I can take it with the assurance that there will be someone at the firm that does that practice or is well versed in that area.
Being at Clark Hill has been phenomenal because we're such an ambitious firm.
Clark Hill does a really good job promoting what we would call work-life balance.
As the firm continues to grow, having roots in certain markets where there's a long-standing history of the firm and the presence that we have and the relationships that we drive in those markets is great. But as we expand and as we grow, as a young attorney, it's really a good thing to be a part of that growth process.
I would say there are a lot of reasons to join Clark Hill.
I think our biggest differentiator is our people, our relationships.